This video is brought to you by catbeast.com. Design your own custom snapbacks and hats.
On this episode of Off the Script, number 178, part number 1, for your Friday, July 14th, 2017! I got news on Enzo and Big Cass. Backstage heat for both men. Enzo being kicked off the WWE bus by Roman Reigns, and Big Cass has backstage heat for being a huge supporter of Donald Trump. Maybe we shouldn't mix political views with the rest of your colleagues at work, you fucking retard. Anyway, all that plus so much more right here on Off the Script. Also, are we really gonna get another John Cena versus AJ Styles US Championship match at Summerslam? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ! What I would give to have a shred of creativity in the WWE. Are we really going to get that? I'll tell you today on Off the Script. Also, huge update on Samoa Joe's push after his match with Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. There's no way Samoa Joe is not going to be in the main event of SummerSlam. I got that story today on Off the Script. Also, more bullshit coming from Paige. She gives her new side of the story about Alberto Del Rio and the airport fight. Who gives a shit? We know this guy's a scumbag. What does Paige have to say about it? We'll talk about it on Off the Script. UFC's Cyborg threatens Becky Lynch, says don't let her anywhere near me. The fuck is going on there, and why is Cyborg threatening the Irish Lass Kicker? All this, plus so much more, as well as Sean's View Entertainment hitting 100,000 subscribers, and nobody gives a shit. Do you want to know why? Because this is the number 1 fucking podcast right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script. You fucking asshole!
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. And what you guys just seen and heard was Tony. Tony is the lead guitarist of my brother's band Legionary, and they are releasing another fucking venomous track. And I use that word, venomous, because he actually went back into the studio and re-recorded a song that he and I played together when we were in our band Risen, back when we first started playing music and learning our instruments. It was called Venom Flows. So my brother has re-recorded that song, and he's made it into a fucking beast. And Tony rewrote the entire guitar solo section for that song specifically. That will be released on Monday. And that's just a teaser of what is to come, man. So Legionary's got one more fucking ace up their sleeve this coming Monday, and the only way you can get that is through their website. You got to buy a t-shirt, and then you get the track as a bonus. And I'll tell you, man, if you guys don't own a shirt, the shirts are gorgeous in itself, but that track alone is worth the fucking price of admission. Let me tell you. So that is my brother's band and my brother's guitarist, Legionary, with new music coming out on Monday. Look forward to that. I will link you guys on Twitter when it does become available. But thank you guys so much for everything, man. We had a great week for Great Balls of Fire. This is what happens when the wrestling world and the wrestling community is excited about something. We all come together and we're all interested together as a community. And Brock Lesnar versus Samoa Joe did big numbers. Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman did big numbers. A lot of people, a lot of eyes were interested on what was going on with those guys. So it was a great week, man. I seen sub numbers like we used to see in the old days. Now they're back to normal because we're not talking about Great Balls of Fire. But hopefully we can hit that every now and then, man. So that was great. And I want to thank everybody for showing support, coming out. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys so much for subscribing. If you guys are new to Twitter, thank you guys for following me on Twitter. Awesome. At JD from NY206 on Twitter. Hit that follow button over there and subscribe down to the YouTube channel below with that bell for your notifications, man. Great fucking week. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, NXT. Those are all on the channel right now. Make sure you guys go and check those reviews out if you did indeed miss that. We were live on Twitch again with NXT. Twitch.tv/JD from New York. Spell out the word New York. It's not NY. It's Twitch.tv/JD from New York. We're live on Wednesdays with NXT live reactions. We're going to do Battleground 2017 live reactions. We hit almost 1,500 viewers for the Great Balls of Fire live reaction on Twitch, man. We gained almost 400 followers on Twitch that Sunday night. Fucking fantastic. And more to come on Twitch, man, because we got Fire Pro Wrestling, which was just released on Steam this week. And I already set up a custom league, and we're going to set up a custom tournament, man. We're going to call this one the Off the Script. What the fuck did I call it? The Off the Script Invitational, or the Off the Script Climax, or whatever the fuck I'm calling it. It's named after the podcast. So we're going to do that. We're going to do Fire Pro Wrestling on Twitch. 16 of the world's best in the ring competing for the Off the Script Heavyweight Championship, and a new custom league coming because, quite frankly, WWE 2K17 is dead and fucking gone. So Fire Pro Wrestling, look forward to that. I already got a teaser video on the channel right now. AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. The game's customization is fucking unreal. You guys can do anything you want with it. You name it, you name them, it's in the fucking game, man. So it's unbelievable. Fire Pro Wrestling coming to Twitch. Make sure you guys go on that and follow for more information on my Twitch channel. Fire Pro Wrestling coming very soon. I did send out feelers as well to several WWE YouTubers or wrestling YouTubers in the YWC. I want to personally thank Connor from OKFabe. I want to thank Brian Zane from Wrestling with Regret, and I want to thank Grimm's Toy Show for getting me a YouTube video about their opinion on what they would change with Monday Night Raw to make Monday Night Raw great again. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to get everybody involved, but fuck me and fuck JD, because I'm not that important to anybody. Nobody really wants to do anything as far as getting me a video. I reached out to Steven Larson. I understand people are busy. I reached out to the Great One. I reached out to Brandon Hodge. I reached out to Adam from What Culture. I reached out to Solid Monster, who he respectfully declined because he's busy. I reached out to Labar, which he respectfully declined because he's very busy. Both men are very busy, which I appreciate. Tom Kushney I reached out to. Macho T I reached out to. Who did I reach out to? I think I reached out to Luigi, Tony Pizza Guy, Pulse, Emu, Dank. Nobody's getting back to me, man. I want to do this fucking huge, massive fucking video podcast thing, and I want to get everybody involved, and I want to pretty much get everybody's opinion on what they would change with Monday Night Raw, because we all know it's fucking awful. Now, the only thing that I am thinking of here is some of those people don't want to say anything bad about the WWE, which is quite sad, because we know the WWE fucking blows on Monday nights more times than not, and nobody wants to speak up about it. So I might have to just run with who I got so far. So if you are any of those names mentioned, please try and do so. I'd love to get something ready for Summerslam. You know, I think that would be the perfect opportunity to just fucking unleash that beast right there on YouTube, man. Collective effort, get everybody involved, cross-promote. It'll be good. So if you guys are listening, JD needs you. Make Monday Night Raw great again, man, because it sucks. I want to see where everybody's coming from. And don't bullshit me. We know it sucks, motherfucker. Fuck out of here. I'm waiting for one goon to tell me, oh, JD, I wouldn't change anything, man. Anyway, moving on to more important things. Rusty, my buddy Rusty, Falcon, is still taking donations. We got 1 month to get Rusty to his goal, bro. And we already exceeded last year's mark. So Rusty needs your help. I'm willing to help him here on Off the Script. In fact, I want everybody listening to help him here, man. Every single weekend, we're plugging Rusty and his donation page. He's writing for the cure for MS, man. He wants to find a cure for MS. Everybody that is involved with this is writing to find a cure for multiple sclerosis, man. So make sure you guys tune in to Off the Script every weekend to find additional details on Rusty's bike ride. I will announce when it's happening. For the most part, right now, up until he actually does ride, we're promoting his donation page, man. I'm gonna leave you that information down in the comments as always, which I have been pinned at the top. If you guys know anybody with MS, if you guys have MS yourself, if you have a family member with MS, you guys know how difficult of a time it is with that terrible condition. And Rusty is riding and training to find a cure for MS. So I want you guys to help him out, and I want you guys to really support his cause, man, because he's doing a great fucking thing, and it's not easy on him, man. He's been training, and he's going to be biking his fucking ass off, and I know he's going to fucking beast that motherfucker like always. But I would love to reach, or I would love to have Rusty reach his goal for Off the Script here, at least, you know, with helping him on the podcast. I'd love for him to reach his goal, which I believe is $4,000. So if you guys can help him out, I'd certainly appreciate that, man. Everything you need is down in the comments below, pinned at the top of the comment section. Rusty, we're here for you, brother. Hopefully all is going well, and I will continue to plug Rusty each and every weekend here on Off the Script because it is a very, very good cause. Big information, man. Joe and I, yes, we are still friends, and we're still working together, you fucking goons. Speaking of goons, Joe and I were discussing business, and everybody wants to see Beer Goons return. So what we are doing is we are splitting Beer Goons in half. What do I mean by that? Joe is going to put the revised version of Beer Goons on his Patreon. Now, it's going to be a Patreon exclusive. Joe's going to get 2 episodes of Beer Goons, and JD is going to get 2 episodes of Beer Goons on my Patreon. We're setting it at a $5 tier limit, so you guys have access to Beer Goons. If you guys pledge to my Patreon for $5, you guys are going to get access to Beer Goons. Not only Beer Goons, you're going to get access to Off the Script Retro. You're going to get access to early access to Off the Script. You guys are going to get the Discord chat. So you guys are getting a lot for $5. That's 2 podcasts for $5 a month, man. That's going to be 2 episodes of Beer Goons and however many fucking episodes of Off the Script Retro. Plus, you're going to get early access to this podcast each and every weekend. That's a great fucking deal, man. So we figured instead of putting it on iTunes or wherever, and it's not making us any money because it's gonna be a really in-depth program. We're gonna do video form, and we want to give it to you guys in video form. We're gonna be drinking beer. We're gonna be talking music. We're gonna be talking some wrestling. We're gonna be talking sports, baseball. You know, Joe's gonna be talking hockey. He's a big hockey guy. It's gonna be great, man. We're gonna be talking about our personal shit. We're gonna be talking about our personal lives. So if you guys love that type of shit, Joe and I, Beer Goons, coming. We're going to be recording on Sunday, and it's going right up on his Patreon. So if you guys want to pledge to Joe for $5 a month, you're going to get Beer Goons. You want to pledge to me, get Beer Goons $5 a month. You guys are going to get episode 2 on Joe. Episode 3 will be on mine. Episode 4 will be on Joe. Episode 5 will be on mine. We're going to go back and forth, so you guys can both support us equally and at the same time, and you guys are going to get great content as well, man. So it's going to be awesome. Beer Goons is going to be a fucking home run for Joe Cronin Show and JD. Speaking of Joe Cronin and JD, Out of Nowhere is going to be on my channel next week live. So make sure you guys are available at 11 p.m. on Wednesday night if you guys want to see the most craziest fucking Out of Nowhere podcast in the wrestling community, aptly named Out of Nowhere with JD and Joe Cronin. So make a date. Circle that motherfucker on your calendar. Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, Out of Nowhere, live on this channel. Make sure you guys tune in. I want it to be big, and Joe wants me to relay that message to you guys. So Out of Nowhere, coming to JD's channel next Wednesday. I want to thank everybody for ordering your t-shirts, man. Get your t-shirts for SummerSlam. Barbershop Window and the fine people over at Pro Wrestling Tees have given me a coupon code that you guys can use. I don't think there's an expiration date on it because I just tried it and it's still active. So if you guys want your t-shirts, man, if you guys are thinking about ordering new t-shirts, the JD is Negan shirt, the Hit List shirt, the Roman Reigns Get Off My TV, the Big Show Get Off My TV. Both men will be on SummerSlam's card, so you guys can look good and support the show while doing it, man. That's barbershopwindow.com/off-the-script. Enter coupon code JD17 at checkout. You're going to save yourself 20% off, which is equal to $4 per item. That is fucking awesome, man. So make sure you guys go and check that out. If you need your t-shirts or if you want the t-shirts, now is the best time to do it. JD17 at checkout on barbershopwindow.com/off-the-script. Thank you to all who have purchased t-shirts this week. Capbeast.com. If you guys want your custom-made caps, beanies, hats, they're sponsoring the podcast all summer long and giving you guys a coupon code to save some money as well over there. JD10 at checkout for capbeast.com. Make sure you guys go and check those fine people out. And I want to thank those guys for supporting the podcast all summer long. And Audible Trial is still available, man. It's still available. Still going strong for all new listeners of this podcast. audibletrial.com/off-the-script. Make sure you guys go and check that out. 30 days free. Go through the sign-up process. This is a wrestling podcast. There's a lot of wrestling-related content on there. If you guys want audio books. If not, there's over 180,000 books to choose from, compatible with both iPhone and Android devices. Great way to support the show, man. And I want to thank everybody for signing up. And I want to thank Audible for sticking with this podcast, man. Great fucking sponsors. They've been treating us very well. They've been treating you guys very well. audibletrial.com/off-the-script. Sign up, use our link, and get your free audio book today. It's a great way to support the show. And I want to congratulate Sean's View Entertainment for 100,000 subscribers. I don't want to subscribe to Sean's View, and I don't want to congratulate him on 100,000 subscribers because he's a fucking liar. He's a fucking liar. You fucking goon. Yeah, I did send Sean's View an email. Yeah, I called him a failure. This is nothing new to anybody. Yeah, I called him unentertaining. Nobody wants to watch someone who has fucking low-budget videos and low-budget quality and shitty camera quality, and they don't want to watch and listen to somebody that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, or they don't want to watch somebody who doesn't want to give an extended opinion on something, right? If I want news, I'll read it. I don't need to fucking click on a 2-minute video to see some fucking retard lie through his teeth about other people in the community, right? Yeah, I called you a failure. Yeah, I called you a fucking unentertaining piece of fucking garbage, because that's what you are. I tried to help you out. Sean's View makes a video about me, about an email I sent him last year, which I probably still have somewhere, and I said all those things, but Sean conveniently left it out that he begged me to help him, begged me to help his fucking channel. And I did, because I'm a nice guy. I told him, listen, bro, you got to get a nice layout. You guys got to get a thumbnail over there. You have to be on top of the game. When Raw ends, you got to do a review. When SmackDown ends, you got to do a review. When NXT ends, you got to do a review. Put yourself in every aspect of WWE. The longer videos are where you're going to make your money. The 2-minute videos are not going to make you money. They're not. People want to see good visuals. People want to see someone with a fucking fancy microphone who sounds good. People want fucking clear-cut camera quality, right? They want all of that. They want a nice background. My background ain't the best, but it's fucking neat. I got fucking Kevin Dunn behind me. Off the script. Does Sean's View like wood? I mean, he's got wood in the background. If I was on that show, I'd eat his walls. There you go. Kevin Wood. Kevin Dunn's over there. Toad's over there. I got all my Funko Pop WWE behind me. A bunch of random other fucking shit. World Championship belt. It's not the best fucking setup, but at least we're not looking at a fucking prison wall behind you. What the fuck is that, man? What, do you live in your grandma's apartment? Where the fuck are you? You know, you in a fucking dungeon? I tried to help him with all this, and nothing. What does he do? He did nothing that I told him Did nothing at all. Tags, titling. I told him, well, this is all important. The metadata. Told him everything. Does he listen to me? Does he listen to me? No. Why wouldn't he listen to me? This podcast is going to get 20,000 views every fucking day. I can upload an off-the-script extra video. 20,000 views. Easy. I got 80,000, but that's a good fucking ratio, man. 20, 40, 60, 80. That's 1/4 of my fucking subscriber base. This guy's got 100,000 subs. He gets 2,000 views a video. Where the hell are his other subscribers at? Right? He makes a 100,000 subscriber video, and he only got 2,000 views. Where are the other 98,000? I don't understand you. I don't understand you, man. What the fuck? You know? It's ridiculous. So, he lied. He lied through his teeth. And he conveniently left out all that information. So, I just wanted to clear the air about how much of a fucking goon he is. And 100,000 or not, it doesn't fucking matter. The guy's irrelevant. Okay? And now he's resorting back to clickbait because that's the only way he can grow, because nobody will watch him. So, I wish him the best in his future endeavors. I wish Kevin Dunn would eat the wall behind him so he would fill his belly and have a nice little appetite, you know? But it is what it is, man. People want to get by cheating the system. People want to get by being a fucking asshole and not being supportive of the entire community and being an outcast. But that's okay. That's okay, bro. Because I'll be hitting 100,000 subscribers. I'm doing commentary for House of Glory. I'm going to be doing commentary during Matt Riddle's match next month. I called Leo Rush 2 Leo Rush gems at House of Glory. Cody Rhodes was there versus Anthony Gangone at House of Glory, right? Who else are we going to see? Bret the Hitman Hart's going to be at House of Glory. I'm going to be doing commentary, man. I'm with House of Glory as their lead play-by-play man. I'll be doing meet and greets all around SummerSlam. I'll be with Justin LaBar SummerSlam weekend, probably hosting a fucking event with him. I'll be meeting and greeting everybody, bro. I'll be drinking a Guinness. I'll be having a good time, right? JD off the strip's going to be well represented at SummerSlam. Where's Sean's View Ent going to be? Where's he going to be? He's going to be sitting in front of his wall panel, fucking talking about how the Shield is going to reunion at SummerSlam and how CM Punk is going to interfere in the main event and cause Roman Reigns to lose the World Championship. Yeah, have fun. Have fun. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have fun because I'm going to go get a beverage and we're going to come back and we're going to do some Patreon shoutouts and we're going to do subscriber stories. And we're going to go through all of that, and then we're going to give you the best fucking news and rumors on any fucking show, on any podcast, right here on YouTube.com. Because this is JD, and this is Off the Script. And Sean's View. Go fuck yourself, bro. I'll see you later. Let's run through these Patreon shout-outs, man. Thank you guys so very much for your continued love and support on the Patreon side of things. Patreon.com/JD from NY206, as little as $1 a month. And you guys can be members of Team JD. You guys got early access to Off the Script, Discord access. If you guys want to talk about all the hottest topics that we talk about on Off the Script, if you guys want to raise it to $3, you guys get Off the Script Retro plus all that other shit. If you guys want to raise it to $5, you're going to get Beer Goons twice a month plus Off the Script Extra and all that other shit. Good shit on the Patreon side of things. I want to thank everybody for supporting this month. Angel Rivera pledging $3. Francis pledging $10. Bella Vita 718 raising her pledge from $2 to $3. Thank you so much, CC. Pledged $3 by Michael Kraft. We have, what do we got here? We got, let's run through this. Josh Smith pledging $3. Beyondy Nilham pledging $3. Chris Carlin pledging $3. Otis Renfro raising from $2 to $3. Jorel 34, that motherfucker pledging $10, man. He's a fucking beast. If you guys don't know who he is, if you guys were watching Great Balls of Fire, he was the beast who had that beautiful off-the-script sign right dead center, right on the fucking pay-per-view, man. If you're watching the pay-per-view, you've seen it. No way you couldn't. And then he had the Roman Reigns get off my TV flag during the ambulance match, which I seen, but then was quickly taken down because he didn't want it to get taken away. Because you know how, why are you gonna say such bad stuff about Roman Reigns? You know, he likes wood. Yeah, we couldn't upset Mr. Teeth over there, you know. But Abel, thank you so much, brother. $10. Ryan Amorely, I don't know if I pronounced that right. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm a goon. Ryan, thank you for your pledge of $1, man. Thank you so much. Caitlin, thank you so much for repledging $3 from Caitlin. We got Ramon DaCosta raising from $2 to $3. We got Clifton Melanson pledging $5. Jacob White pledging $2. Karim Outlaw, pledging $1. We got Brian Longval, pledging $5. Brad Gosselin, pledging $3. Anthony Bayless, you fucking beast, pledging $3 and raising it to $10. We got Job for a Devil, pledging $3. Matty Cooper, you fucking monster, brother. $10, he raised it to $15. Chris, the man simply known as Chris, pledging $5, man. So that is everything. Thank you guys so very much for the Patreon side of things. You guys are fucking beast. Once again, it's patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. Subscriber stories, man. If you guys want to get your subscriber stories in, all you got to do is email me, jdfromny206@yahoo.com, any day of the week, anytime you want. Please include your name and where you are from, where you are writing from in the email, and please make sure your penmanship and your construction of sentences is at least legible so that I can read it nice and swiftly here on the channel, man. So thank you guys so very much. We're going to start off with this one, Baltimore, and he titles this one, My Favorite YouTuber, JD. Let's see what we got here. This is a short one. Deontay Murray is his name, and he says, JD, you're my favorite YouTuber. I've been watching your channel since last year. I already subscribed to your channel. I hope so. I would assume so if you're writing me. But anyway, the story is, I lost my mom at the age of 12. Miss her every day since I'm 19. Now I'm still in school, going to graduate next year in 2018. Found your channel on YouTube, saw you did the Kevin Dunn face, and always talk about Roman Reigns. You make me laugh all the time. You're doing a great job being a YouTuber. Fuck these other guys like Sean's View Ent. No, he didn't say that. I just put that in there. Fuck these other guys, he says, that always talk bad about you. That I just want to say, keep it going, bro. Can't be a Patreon because I don't have a credit card. I watch all your videos, seen you cry on Off the Script before. It was about your cats. Did I cry about my cats? I'm pretty sure I cried. Yeah, I think I cried about Bacardi a time or two. Just because I'm a big animal lover. I live in Baltimore, Maryland, by the way. Really don't care about WrestleMania this year. I don't care about it either any year, Deontay. But thank you so much, man. P.S. You're your favorite fan, Deontay. And he says you're my favorite YouTuber. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for writing in. And I appreciate the love and support. Don't worry about not being a Patreon. All you got to do is leave a like. Tell a friend. You know, enjoy the video. That's all I care about, man. That's the most important thing. The fact that you're here supporting me and writing me on my show, telling me how much you appreciate the job that I'm doing, that's the most important thing to me, man. So thank you so much, Deontay. Thank you so much, brother. Hope all is well. And stay in school. Stay in school and make something of yourself. There's a lot of people out there that don't really understand the value of education. We're moving on from Deontay, and we're going to go to Billy Arnott. Billy is writing again, as he sent a story back in January, and this is more of a follow-up to Billy's story. Hey, JD, as you know, my name is Billy. I sent you a story back in January, and I was absolutely blown away that you read my story on Off the Script, but I actually forgot to tell you that I was 15 when I sent you my story. I turned 16 in March, and so far in 2017, things haven't been the best. My stepfather has verbally abused me in the most horrific way imaginable. He passionately called me a cunt over 5 times and every swear word imaginable on Christmas Eve, and guess what? My mother is still with that asshole. I haven't had any contact with my biological father since the year has started, as he tried to brainwash me on New Year's Day while I was in his car, which was one of the biggest regrets of my life, getting in his car. My mother was really sick for a while, which resulted her in not being able to drive, so reluctantly, I got my dad's car with my brother and he drove us home from my aunt's house. For a grueling hour, the sperm donor, as I call him, tried to brainwash the fuck out of me and my brother, saying my mom abuses drugs and alcohol and that she should go into a mental hospital and more bullshit. We finally got home and I told the sperm donor to fuck off from my life and never contact me again. And thankfully, I have not heard from him again. And if things seem they can't get worse, my girlfriend, the love of my life, cheated on me with a guy she had never met before her best friend sent me a video through Snapchat showing my girlfriend, or my then girlfriend, making out with a guy at a party who she and I had never met. This sounds made up, doesn't it, JD? Trust me, my brother, I wish it was. But I do have a couple of positives. I'm a junior in high school, and I'm loving it. I've got friends who are loyal to me as I am to you, and my grades are the best they've ever been. I was a Patreon to you, JD, but I haven't gotten any money on me now just due to me not having a job, but I promise I'll come back when I get my first payday. I appreciate you so much. I don't only consider you a friend, I consider you a brother and sometimes a father figure. I hope whatever it is you went through is finally over, and from a distance it looks like it's all been resolved. I understand if you don't want to read this on Off the Script as it's too long, or I have already had a turn and you want to read someone else who hasn't been read yet. That's completely understood. Much love to you, JD, and I hope your 2017 is as good as I hope mine will be. Billy, thank you so much, brother. It was not long. I appreciate the follow-ups. I like hearing the follow-ups. Don't worry again about being a Patreon. I know you guys, apologize for not being a Patreon, or not having a credit card, or not having funds to support, or, you had to cancel a Patreon because you couldn't keep up with it. None of that shit is important, man. You do it because you want to do it. You do it because it's there. It's there if you guys want to. If you guys can afford it, and you guys appreciate the fact that I work my ass off on this channel, it's there. Okay, I'm never going to let any of you down. But I'm sorry to hear about everything with your father. If he is that bad of an influence, maybe it's best you don't hear from him again, which I'm glad that you haven't. I'm sorry to hear about your girlfriend. That is never an easy thing to digest at all. But I'm sorry about what happened to you on Christmas Eve, man. That's terrible. I'm not a big Christmas guy at all, but I enjoy being around loved ones and family, and none of that shit should be happening on a time where we should all be, together and just being around each other and realizing what's most important in our lives, which is family and friends. But I hope things are looking up for you, man. And the thing that gets me is, guys like Billy who are 15, 16 years old, and I'm 35, I'm twice his age. People like Billy, his age, consider me not only a friend, but a father figure. That means the world to me, man. I'm just a regular dude who does this because he loves wrestling. And I hope it clicks with somebody. That's the reason why I do it, man. But the fact that you think that highly of me, means the world to me, man. It means more to me than any fucking Patreon pledge or any like or view or comment. The fact that you wrote me personally and, you got your story read on Off the Script and I'm reading this and you calling me a father figure, man, that means the world to me. So hope everything gets better, man. I hope you find a new girlfriend and she treats you the way you should be treated. And I hope everything's good with your family. Keep those grades up. You're young. You're still young. Go out and get a job and do what you got to do, man. I'm here to support you. I'm not going to let you down. I'll be here always when you need me. And thank you so much, Billy. I greatly appreciate your support and everything that you've done on your end for this channel. So thank you so much, man. We're going to move on to Dan Bell, and he puts goon voice. Oh, JD, why are you so awesome, man? He really put that. What do you want me to do, not say it? How are you holding up, brother? I just wanted to start this off by saying thank you. The last time you heard from me was around the time of the Royal Rumble this year. Don't remind me. And to be honest, I marked out harder than you would have if Joe won the Universal title. LOL. Do you know? And I'm just talking in the general sense here. I'm not talking to Dan, but I'm just talking to you guys as a unit. Do you know my Royal Rumble review was demonetized this year? I looked at the fucking views. That video did 166,000 views. Where the fuck did that type of view number go? Jesus Christ, I haven't had anything come close to that since with this YouTube bullshit. It was Royal Rumble 2017, review, results, and reactions. Fuck Roman Reigns. What a way to get somebody to click on the video, huh? Ever since then, with the YouTube adpocalypse, I decided to move my podcast, and along with me being the MVP where I work, everything has been going well. When I first read this email, I thought you had worked with MVP. The MVP. WWE former U.S. champion. I must have read it wrong the first time I skimmed through it. But I'm glad you're the MVP where you work, man. Where I worked, I was always the MVP. Always. I was the AJ Styles of my job. But as you know, the internet can be hardy and retarded. I actually got called a racist smart mark because I stated that Roman Reigns was never going to be the guy in WWE. You're right. Roman Reigns is never going to be the guy in WWE. There's nothing racist about that. Regardless, I press on despite the assholes. You continue to be a source of logic and inspiration to me, and with that, I can push forward and make my voice known throughout the community. In closing, if you don't get to this because I know you get so many emails and deal with so much, I understand, but again, I wanted to thank you and keep your head up. You have far more love and support than hate, and no matter what, we goons always have your back. God bless Daniel from New Jersey. P.S. Tell Kevin Dunn if Joe needs to lay off the chicken sandwiches, his beaver ass needs to lay off the wood. Dan, I can't do that. But Roman Reigns will not be laying off the world title reigns and WrestleMania main events because my name is Kevin Dunn. Anyway, moving on. Dan, thank you so much, brother. I greatly appreciate your love and support, man. We're going to do one more. This is a short one. Anthony Bowers. Hi, JD, also known as the King of Podcasts. Not sure if I am the King of Podcasts, but this is the #1 podcast on YouTube.com, and Sean's View Ent is not. Remember me, Anthony Bowers from Utah. Anyways, since you like Hog, ROH, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and other non-WWE wrestling companies, have you heard of Juggalo Championship Wrestling? And I don't know if you have. You don't have to be into Juggalo type things to enjoy the wrestling. It has many former WWE superstars making appearances such as Hornswoggle, the Boogeyman, Sandman, Blue Meanie, and Kevin Owens used to wrestle there at Bloody Mania. So, Boogeyman, Hornswoggle, Sandman, and the Blue Meanie, rejects. I'm only kidding. If you're a fan of any of those guys, I'm only kidding. Forgot which one, though, but it might have been Bloody Mania 7. Paul London, who I just watched in a fantastic match on Lucha Underground this week against the Man of 1,000 Deaths, Mil Muertes, and Katrina. You know, I don't know whether it's good or bad to lose to Mil Muertes, man. I think it's actually better to lose to Mil Muertes because if you get the kiss of death from Katrina after every loss, I mean, I can't see that being a fucking a bad thing at all. You know? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Paul London brought him to a good match, though. Paul London and the other one also made an appearance. Because we all know WWE is sometimes boring to watch, especially on Monday nights. Especially Monday Night Raw. He even puts it in the video, in the email. I also want to say thank you for keeping us fans entertained. Anthony, brother, thank you so much, man. I never heard of Juggalo Championship Wrestling. There's too much wrestling on my plate right now with House of Glory, WWE, NXT. We got the Mae Young Classic coming up, all the news and rumors. I'm thinking about signing up for New Japan Pro Wrestling and New Japan World. Lot going on, man. Lot going on. So, Juggalo Championship Wrestling will probably not be on my itinerary. So, there you go. Itinerary. I know somebody's going to try and correct me. Itinerary. One more here, guys. But since that was a short one, we're going to do one from Cameron Bradford. This is Cameron Bradford. He says, "Hi, JD. For years, I've been watching Off the Script, and your journey to success has made my journey to manhood a lot easier. I hope you read this on Off the Script. I'm only 14, and it's amazing to me still that such a young age watches me, man. That says a lot. But thank you guys so much, man, no matter how old you are. I'm only 14, but when I came across your channel, I was in a serious state of depression. WWE was the only thing to cheer me up, and they failed to deliver, but you made the sadness go away and made watching horrendous episodes of Raw easier by poking fun at it. On a serious note, though, I was the type of guy who didn't really know myself and tried to fit in. I got made fun of, beat up, and cheated on numerous times. I was even with a girl for a year, spent over $1,000 on her to find out she was cheating on me. I never understood the work and was on the borderline of flunking. My parents made it no better. They never really understood me when I expressed myself to them, even though they aren't personal friends. Something always felt like you understood me. You gave me a reason to keep pushing, and when I wanted to die, all those fake friends came and gone, but you stayed by my side for years. I just want you to keep on doing what you're doing because it changes a lot of people, and I'm sure you know how many lives you've saved. A lot of subscribers felt like giving up, but you give us a reason not to. Thank you, JD. Much love, Cameron. Cameron, you're only 14 years old, but you had a serious relationship and your girlfriend cheated on you. Spent over $1,000, bro. Come on. I'm not sure anybody your age should be spending $1,000 on anybody at all, ever. But if that was the case, I'm sorry. And I hope everything is well now. But I appreciate you, man. You know, I really don't know how many people I influence. It's the funniest thing, man. You know, I do what I do here because I love it, and the amount of support that I get, and the amount of people that come to me and email me every day, and just leave a comment on my video telling me that I get them through whatever it is, man. Depression, sickness, sadness, you know, loneliness. It's amazing to me, man, because I didn't think I had that power in me, and I didn't think this podcast would ever reach that type of height, you know, to affect someone on that level. But that's the most important thing to me, and I said it just a couple of stories ago. You know, don't worry about a Patreon. You know, that's the most important thing to me. Those words are the most important thing to me. The fact that you say I save lives, and you know, I give a lot of people reason to be hopeful. There's no value on that, man. That's the most important thing for me to read, and that's what I want to see every single week. Because this show is special to me, and I hope I've made it, and I hope I continue to make it special for you guys. So thank you so much. Thank you to everybody that wrote in this week. Subscriber stories. If you guys want to get your stories read, you can certainly do so. Please leave your name and where you are writing from, and email me at jdfromny206@yahoo.com. Now, as always, we're going to hear from the Broken One, which I have news about. I got news on the Broken Brilliance, but Matt Hardy, in all his broken wisdom, gets you ready for another episode of Off the Script.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Broken Matt Hardy. This is JD from New York. Actually, delete to JD from New York. I have cleaned this vessel. Make sure to check out his wonderful show, Off the Script. It's absolutely delightful.
We're going to start with this story, man. I don't know who would be interested in seeing this again. It's like having pizza every night of the fucking week. You know? Nobody wants pizza every night of the fucking week. I love pizza. Don't get me wrong. But, I mean, enough is enough. You know, we got our taste test of John Cena and AJ Styles. Believe me. More than enough. We got more than enough to fucking go back and whet our appetite, bro. We don't need another one. But if you guys were watching SmackDown Live, WWE teased John Cena versus AJ Styles again, for the United States Championship. You know what that means. Rusev is going down in a ball of flame. What a fucking shitty situation that is, man. He comes back, he's healed, he's healthy, he looks great. First match back, you lose to John Cena. Nothing to do, man. Absolutely nothing to do. Can you imagine the creative meetings for this AJ Styles John Cena match? So, what are we doing for SummerSlam? Done. What do you got?
First of all, let me eat this wood. So tasty. Oh, you gotta try this. You gotta try this, Roman. It's so good. What about we do AJ Styles versus John Cena?
Oh, Kevin Dunn. I don't think we've done that before.
Hey, we haven't been. Remember, it was for the WWE Championship. And remember when Roman Reigns came out at number 30? Everybody was so mad. That was my idea. John Cena versus the WWE Champion AJ Styles in the Rumble. This time it'll be John Cena versus US Champion AJ Styles. What? Wait, what? Why? Who? Nakamura? We don't want to see that match. Fuck that guy, man. We'll go get him some spring rolls from Titus Catering.
I just played out an entire creative meeting for you guys. Seriously. That's WWE creative in a nutshell. You see Kevin Dunn on the Kurt Angle special? Anyway. WWE's teasing John Cena versus AJ Styles again. Why? It's like eating pizza every night of the fucking week. I had my fair share, bro. Well, I had 3 slices of AJ versus John Cena, right? I don't need a 4th, bro. Okay? I don't need a 4th. It's too many calories. Too many calories. First of all, they're not going to be able to top what they did at the Royal Rumble anyway. You know, they had Money in the Bank. They had SummerSlam last year. They had a Royal Rumble. I mean, what else is there left to do? What else is there left to do? And is that the best you got? If John Cena goes up against AJ Styles, then where does that leave Jinder? Who's going to fight Jinder for the WWE Championship? There's nobody, there's no... What, we're going to get Randy Orton again? What are we going to get, a Punjabi prison match, a battleground? What are they going to do, Hell in a Cell at SummerSlam? Give me a fucking break. If we get Randy versus Jinder again, I might actually fucking go to the Barclays Center and just fucking hang myself in the middle of the ring. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. I don't want to see it. It's done. Cowboy Bob Orton don't even want to see it anymore. This is not good. This is not good. On Thursday's Wrestling Observer, Dave Meltzer said it looks like WWE's going to do John Cena versus AJ Styles for the U.S. Championship again at SummerSlam, and I quote, "It looks like they're building towards a John Cena versus AJ Styles rematch at SummerSlam because they made it clear that they're going to do it. Even at the end when they were facing off and during the show, they wanted to do the match, and it's a good match for both of them." End quote. Styles and Cena faced off again at last year's SummerSlam following their Money in the Bank match, and then again at the Royal Rumble. The two obviously have fantastic chemistry together, so the fans will probably be more than pleased to see the two face off. No, not me. Not this fan. I didn't ask for this match. That leaves a lot of loopholes in SummerSlam's card. Number one, Rusev is going to be fucking slaughtered. Why? I don't understand. 2, why did you take the title of Kevin Owens if this is the best plan for you? Seriously. Kevin Owens versus a Ty Dillinger would have been so much better for the United States Championship. That leaves AJ Styles to go against Randy Orton in a dream match of sorts on pay-per-view. You could put John Cena versus either Shinsuke Nakamura or Jinder Mahal. In this case, it will probably be Jinder. You could do Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. 2 at SummerSlam. You see where I'm going with this? You see where I'm going with that? You got the New Day versus the Usos. Seems good to me. Seems better than what WWE's going to do, I'll tell you that. John Cena versus AJ Styles again? Sorry, bro. I'm going to pass. John Cena challenging for the United States Championship. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm thinking Jinder. You know, they got all this USA bullshit leading into SummerSlam. You got Rusev coming out with chants of USA. You got Jinder Mahal coming out to chants of USA. You got AJ Styles challenging Mr. USA himself, John Cena, over here for the United States Championship. Kevin Owens is the face of America. A lot of USA pride going on right now at SummerSlam. But I think John Cena challenging AJ Styles is a mistake. I think AJ Styles, if this is the best you got, him being the United States Champion is a mistake. You know, I wouldn't put it past WWE to have fucking 8 multi-person matches at SummerSlam. I could easily see WWE doing a United States Championship multi-person match. I could see an Intercontinental Championship multi-person match, Universal Championship, Monday Night Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Live Women's Championship. Then we got 2 tag team title matches. How many fucking multi-person matches are you gonna have? Not everybody deserves to be on SummerSlam, clowns. Okay? Not everybody deserves to be on the show. What happened to booking the show to the best of your ability with singles matches and one-on-one championship bouts? All because it's SummerSlam doesn't mean, oh, let's get everybody on the show because they deserve it. No! The fucking idiot who is a fucking goon at work, who's always late, who slacks off and doesn't do anything right, does he deserve a raise? No! Because the rest of the store's getting a raise, the shitty idiot who doesn't know how to do his job correctly ain't gonna get a raise, or doesn't deserve a raise. Come on now, man! Book the show properly! Nia Jax doesn't belong on the show if Nia Jax doesn't have a place on the show. Bayley doesn't belong on the show if you fucking buried her for 2 months now. Why does she belong in a women's championship match? I'm hearing there's going to be a fatal 4-way now with Sasha and Alexa. What? Why? For what? To get them on the show? Give me a break. You got Kevin Owens, you got AJ Styles, you got John Cena, you got Rusev. I wouldn't be surprised if all 4 of those guys are in a multi-person match for the U.S. title. Same thing with the IC title. They're mixing feuds. Dean Ambrose and The Miz. Now Seth Rollins is getting involved with Dean Ambrose and The Miz. What are you going to do with Bray Wyatt? What are you going to do with Bray Wyatt? You're going to do Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, and Bray Wyatt in a fatal 4-way for the IC title? How the fuck does that make any sense? Why? And if you don't put Bray Wyatt in that match, who is he going to go up against? What are you going to do, Finn Balor? Why are they feuding? Why would Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt be feuding? Over what? Oh, you didn't put the face paint. You didn't do the demon paint right. I guarantee you there's going to be some fucking evil hell in heaven type shit with those two. You know? Who gives a shit? You know? Bray Wyatt got lucky with 2 wins over Seth Rollins. You think he's going to go into SummerSlam and beat Finn Balor? Fuck no. Fuck no. WWE is all over the place right now, man. Not looking good for SummerSlam. Not looking good for SummerSlam. I told you how I'd book SummerSlam for SmackDown. Quite simple. AJ Styles didn't need the U.S. Championship. He didn't need the U.S. Championship. A one-on-one match with Randy Orton would have easily sufficed, and then you move him on to bigger and better things. Baron Corbin cashes in on John Cena when he beats Jinder Mahal for the title. Baron Corbin's the champion. Baron Corbin holds it till Royal Rumble. AJ Styles beats Baron Corbin at the Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Look at that. How long did it take me to say that all? 20 seconds? That's how long it takes me to book a fucking storyline for WWE. Plans. 20 seconds. What about Monday Night Raw? Let's do The Miz versus Finn Balor. Let's do Rollins versus Ambrose, where Ambrose can turn fucking heel, because he certainly needs to be, right? You could do, let's see, the Hardys versus the Revival, and then the Revival can win the titles, and you can actually do the Broken Hardys the following night after SummerSlam. You got the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship, you guys know that. Alexa versus Sasha in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Not with Bayley and Nia. Those two don't need to be on the show. Okay? If there's no room for them, if they don't make sense in the match or in the feud, you don't need them to be there, right? And there you go. There you go. Simple. Simple economics. How long did it take me? A minute? And WWE has nothing planned outside of the Fatal 4-Way for the Universal Championship. All I know is John Cena versus AJ Styles is a mistake. I'm not interested. I'm going to sit there, I'm going to drink my beverage, I'm going to look at it, I'm going to be like, yeah, this is probably the best match of the night. Yeah, we've seen it already. Next. 4 times is way too much, man. This is a time where they got so much talent at the palm of their fucking hands, or in the palm of their hands, at the fucking fingertips. You know, they got all this talent. And they still don't have a shred of creativity. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Really don't. John Cena versus AJ Styles at SummerSlam, not really the way to go. There's much better ways to go about booking SummerSlam, and I just showed you, and I just told you in about 1 minute. And if WWE can't grasp that, then whoever's in the fucking positions that they are in, booking matches and making feuds, you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there, because clearly you ain't doing the right job, and you are in no way a creative writer. Bullshit. So SummerSlam shaping up to be a dud already, and we're not even in August. Thank you, WWE. Speaking of SummerSlam, NXT taped their shows leading up to TakeOver Brooklyn 3 this past Wednesday night. After the tapings finished, we now have a better idea about what the match card will look like for the event. We will know more over the next few weeks, but this is what it is shaping up to be. Very, very good card. Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship. Possible triple threat with Roderick Strong could be on the horizon for that match. We don't know yet, but right now it's Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Roode for the NXT Championship. Ember Moon versus Asuka for the NXT Women's Championship. Sanity versus the Authors of Pain for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Not really too pleased with that decision there. Hideo Itami versus Aleister Black. Possible triple threat with Cassius Ohno. What is with these triple threat matches? What the fuck, man? Seriously. NXT TakeOver is 2 hours. It wouldn't hurt them to go 3. I don't mind them going 3. If you want to put these guys in other singles matches on the show, you could do that. No need to make everything a fucking triple threat or a fatal 4-way during SummerSlam weekend, man. I'm going to start to get pissed off. That's ridiculous. Hideo Itami versus Aleister Black. Possible Cassius Ohno inclusion there. Johnny Gargano versus Andrade Cien Almas. That's going to be a good match. It's going to be a good match. There was a pretty big debut at the taping as well. I'm going to leak it here. Kyle O'Reilly is now with NXT. Bobby Fish is now with NXT. Red Dragon now are with NXT. Not as a team yet, but I'm sure something is brewing within the next couple of months for NXT and Red Dragon to reform and stake claim to the NXT Tag Team Championships. I would absolutely love that, but TakeOver Brooklyn is the biggest takeover of the year for those guys, so I can't wait to see what happens with that. We do have news on the Raw Women's Championship match at SummerSlam. These are the tentative plans right now, according to the Wrestling Observer radio show here with Dave Meltzer and his co-host Brian Alvarez. Sasha Banks defeated Alexa Bliss via countout at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view event. Very good match, by the way. As a result, Alexa retained the Raw Women's Championship, and it was looking clear that Sasha would be getting another shot at the title in a singles match, maybe even at SummerSlam. Not so fast. Not so fast with these multi-person matches. On Raw, Bayley pinned Alexa Bliss in a tag team match. Sasha and Bayley against Alexa and Nia. Plus, Nia Jax has been saying for the past few weeks that she deserves a shot at Bliss and her title. So Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez were discussing the women of SmackDown Live being put into another multi-person match at Battleground. Charlotte, Becky, Lana, Natalya, and Tamina were announced at Battleground in a fatal 5-way elimination match, with the winner earning a title shot against Naomi at SummerSlam. During this discussion, Meltzer said that a multi-person match, fatal 4-way, is also the plan for the moment at SummerSlam for the Raw Women's Championship. If this ends up happening, we can assume, based on Raw this week, it'll be Alexa, Sasha, Bayley, and Nia. Now, there is speculation that there will be several multi-person matches at SummerSlam in order to get more talent on the card. This will be an example of this if it ends up happening. Fucking ridiculous. I could be 8 in English. Ridiculous. Sasha versus Alexa is the only way to go. One-on-one. It's better off for the title. It's better off for both women. They get to shine a little bit more. More spotlight would be on them. Add a stipulation. It could be a false count anywhere. No DQ. That's it. And then Sasha can win the title. And then Sasha could go on to feud with Nia. Nia could get her chance. Then Sasha could beat Nia. Sasha then can move on to Emma. And then she can run through Emma for a couple of months. And then we get to Bayley. And then we get to Sasha being a heel. And then we get to Bayley being bounced back from this fucking lowly depression that she's in. And she's built up. And you get some momentum underneath her. And you book the match for WrestleMania. Bayley, built up. Bayley has some aggression in her. As she has her best friend turn her back on her. Sasha turns heel. Goes up against Bayley at WrestleMania. Who the fuck am I, man? I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody. It takes more creative genius. It takes more creativity to book a SummerSlam like the way I'm doing it than the way these people are going about it. Fatal 4-ways and triple threats and fucking fatal 5-ways and fucking gauntlet matches and 6-pack challenges and fucking ladder matches. Whatever the case is, man. These guys are clueless fucking buffoons. Clueless fucking buffoons. Ridiculous. Reason why WWE has no Pyro as of late on Monday Night Raw. You might have noticed that there's been no Pyro on Raw or on WWE television over the past few weeks. This was most notable during the entrance of Brock Lesnar this past weekend for his match at Great Balls of Fire. Many fans were wondering what was going on because that is usually a staple of his entrance. So why is WWE using less Pyro these days?
I need to save money, Vince, because the wood is getting a little bit too expensive at Home Depot.
According to Dave Meltzer on Sunday's edition of the Wrestling Observer radio show, the reason is simply financial. Meltzer says WWE is using less and less Pyro as a way to cut their weekly costs. Company also doesn't feel like it's necessary to do it all the time. It remains unclear if WWE will use Pyro for some of their bigger events like SummerSlam and WrestleMania. If we had to guess, we would assume that they will still keep it for their bigger shows. Just like how they only do the sets for the bigger shows, right? WrestleMania, SummerSlam. So they'll probably just use Pyro for those events. This brings up an interesting question, though, about WWE. Is this something that we can just overlook and not really be too keen on and not critique it too much? Do the wrestlers really need Pyro? I mean, some of them probably do. Like Lesnar does his thing. Pyro's probably needed for Brock Lesnar, right? You don't need Pyro during the entrance of Monday Night Raw. It's kind of tacky, you know? WWE, if they look at the landscape of pro wrestling, Is there pyro in New Japan? Is there pyro in Ring of Honor? Not too much. I don't really watch those promotions, but I doubt there's really any pyro at all, right? Maybe when someone wins a title, they'll have some sparklers come up from the ring posts, something like that, right? Or something comes down from the arena ceiling. But it doesn't really add to the show. It doesn't take away from the show either. If they want to do cost-cutting measures, fine, by all means. I mean, it's not really doing anything to do anything to the show. It's not making it better. It's not making it worse. Who cares? Who cares? The one thing about them not doing pyro is they got rid of the fucking pyro during Shinsuke Nakamura's entrance with that invisible fucking pyro when he comes down the aisle. What the fuck was that about? That's the best thing about them not having pyro, because if they still had pyro, they'd probably still be doing it. Cost-cutting measures. So if you guys want to know why there's no pyro, there you go. Kevin Dunn needs his fucking wood chips from Home Depot. He needs it cut diagonally so that they easily are inserted in his fucking mouth, because the teeth get in the way. Fucking retard. No pyro in WWE. This is fucking news. WWE Battleground ticket sales. Ooh. What's going on with Battleground? Should I go? It's in Philadelphia. It's only a 3-hour drive. 2017 edition of WWE's Battleground pay-per-view takes place on July 23rd, 2017 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The event will be highlighted, whatever, by the Punjabi prison match between Randy Orton and Jinder Mahal. There's also a fatal 5-way elimination match involving the ladies of SmackDown Live, as well as Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. There's some rumors floating around that the ticket sales for Battleground aren't doing that well. It is deceiving at first. If you check ticket information from Ticketmaster, it tells you that there are none available. Turns out that the Wells Fargo Arena is in charge of the ticket sales for the event. While looking into it, some stumbled upon some ticket offers that the show seats being offered for some heavily promoted discounted prices right now. This includes a 50% price reduction on some. So it looks like this. 125 tickets are now going for $75. $75 tickets are going for $55. And $55 tickets are going for $25. So while supplies last, this offer starts Wednesday, 7/12. Goes through Sunday, 7/23. This seems to indicate the sales for the event aren't doing that great. If you are in the Philadelphia area, which I know some of you guys are, you might want to go to Battleground. Cheap. You might want to go see Jinder Mahal in this Punjabi prison match with Randy Orton. If you guys want to go, by all means, there you go. Royal Rumble is also in Philadelphia 2018. I'm going to try and make my way out there, man. I'm going to try and be around the festivities of the Royal Rumble, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep you guys updated. Battleground, Sunday, July 23rd. You guys know the deal. Review on Sunday. We're going to do the live reactions on Sunday on Twitch. We're going to do the preview and predictions on Friday's episode of Off the Script that weekend. So good stuff coming. Battleground weekend, but tickets right now are being reduced by $50 for all sets of tickets. So if you guys are in the Philadelphia area and you want to go see a WWE pay-per-view and Battleground is kind of interesting to you, there you go. Save yourself some money. The Wells Fargo Arena is offering tickets at a discounted rate. I got news here. On Backstage Heat with Enzo and Big Cass with the WWE locker room in an incident where Roman Reigns threw Enzo off a talent bus and took charge of a situation that had several people upset. Now, this is according to Dave Meltzer and the Wrestling Observer newsletter. A lot of people today, for whatever reason, were saying that this story was completely false. I don't know any of that. I'm sure if it ended up in the newsletter, especially the Wrestling Observer newsletter, that there had to be some truth to this story. But Enzo Amore has a lot of heat on him right now. The details of what happened are not out yet, but several weeks ago, there was an incident that got so many people upset that it led to Reigns kicking him off the talent bus. He was also given the Miz treatment for a while. Basically, that means that he was not allowed to dress with everyone in the locker room, and JBL documented that well. In the years when The Miz first appeared in the WWE, he changed and got ready for his matches in the broom closet or the hallway. They didn't allow him to dress with the rest of the locker room because they didn't feel that he fit in with them. So he was bullied, and he was going through a hazing period, like Freshman Friday in high school, right? You're the new kid on the block, they gotta fuck you up. They gotta fucking play around with you. But apparently, the tears shed during his promo when Cass turned on him were real, because he was said to be legitimately not happy about the team being broke up. I cry a tear every Monday night, bro. I'm not happy either, Enzo. I'm not happy about Monday Night Raw being deteriorated into a piece of shit year after year after year. Worse and worse and worse every year, mind you. Also, the part of the promo, and by the way, I am not happy that they broke up either. If Enzo is upset and he's crying and he knows that it was too soon for them to be broken up, I'm sure everybody else is feeling the same exact way. But also, part of the promo where he was talking about his real life is better than his family life could be seen as something as a shoot, because he is not living in Los Angeles and having a great time in his non-wrestling life. Judging by his Instagram page, he seems to be having the time of his life in LA and meeting with athletes and celebrities like Daniel Cormier, Nick Diaz, Halle Berry, Drake, and others in recent weeks. I guess this news about him having heat could explain why he was squashed at Great Balls of Fire and why he was absent from Raw. Now, the shelf life of a singles wrestler is up for debate. There's a lot of factors into going into what a wrestler, is going to be like and how long he's going to last. The company clearly does not see him being more than an undercard guy, and they've been treating him as a joke in recent months. Perhaps if he's lucky, he can end up as a manager in WWE, but WWE is not big on too many managers on the roster. Enzo is in trouble, and no, he's not getting fired. I doubt they're going to fire Enzo Amore, like some other fucking retards were reporting today in my sub box. Enzo is not getting fired. There is no talk of Enzo being cut, or being blacklisted, or being fucking future endeavored. No. WWE does not like letting any talent go. They don't like letting any talent go because they don't want any talent going anywhere else and becoming more successful. They don't want to do that anymore. Enzo's not going anywhere. But this incident where Roman Reigns took charge and threw him off the talent bus, we don't know what it is. We can't really gauge what the situation was until more news of this situation comes out. Then we can judge Enzo if he's a fucking asshole or not, or if Roman Reigns overstepped the line that he really shouldn't have crossed. But if Roman Reigns, who is respected by everybody in the locker room, thought that this was a right decision and stuck up for the rest of the guys on the bus, and nobody's really said anything about it, and they backed Roman Reigns, maybe it was really that big of a deal. And they don't want shit getting out because it was that bad of a situation. We don't know. We don't know. But I doubt that's the reason why he was squashed at Great Balls of Fire. That would have been the way to go anyway, if he had heat or not. Cass would have squashed him. Cass should have squashed him if he had heat or not. But Enzo having a big mouth, mouthing off in the locker room, coming across in a certain way, this is stuff that I've heard and that I've read. This is nothing new. So the situation that happened on the bus must have been a totally different situation. Maybe he got out of line. Maybe he said something he shouldn't have said. I don't know. And we won't know until more information comes out. Now, another WWE locker room incident occurred with Big Cass, according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. The heat on Cass is particularly because of his views on politics, as he is a strong supporter of Donald Trump, and that's a sentiment not shared by many. Not shared by many, period, but not many in the locker room. Which I don't understand. I mean, this to me is the more bullshit of the story than the Enzo one. This is the bullshit story. I mean, Linda McMahon is part of Donald Trump's cabinet. So I don't understand why anybody in WWE is having a problem with what Big Cass is talking about when Vince McMahon is best friends with Donald Trump. What sense does that fucking make? His wife is part of Donald Trump's committee. I don't understand that. So why would they be upset at Big Cass for his views on politics when the people who run this company, I'm sure, all voted for Donald Trump? Doesn't make any sense to me. But I will say this. If you are a strong supporter of Donald Trump, just keep that to yourself. If you're a strong supporter of anybody, keep that to yourself. Because either talking about politics, religion, race, ethnicity, whatever, it's not a good look. You're going to make someone salty. You're going to trigger something, and you're going to trigger an emotion and a reaction from people that you normally don't see, because those types of topics right now, forget about it. You want to put yourself in immediate hot water? Fine. By all means. Boil. Burn alive. You deserve it. Don't talk about anything that has anything to do with religion, race, ethnicity, politics, Trump, Hillary, Obama, healthcare, none of that shit. You'll never get anywhere. You'll never get anywhere. The heat on Big Cass is nowhere near the heat on Enzo. And Cass is someone that has the support of management anyway. And his size and look will allow him more chances to break through as a top star. Also, having heat with the talent in the locker room is not going to hurt his push. Linda McMahon is part, like I said, of Donald Trump's administration. So being a Trump supporter might actually be seen as a positive in the eyes of Vince McMahon. There you go. The promo he gave on Monday looks to be the start of his ascension up the ranks. Although he is still green in the ring, people have been giving him credit for cutting the best promo of his career last Monday. I was one of them. The match with Enzo appears to be one and done, as they've already begun a program between Cass and Big Show. In fact, Enzo was nowhere to be seen on Monday night. That probably has to do with the incident with Roman Reigns, we can only assume. Although Big Show was the aggressor in their first face-to-face confrontation on last week's episode of Monday Night Raw, Cass will probably win in the end, since Show's contract expires in February and they have big plans for Big Cass. In recent interviews, Cass has been seen saying that his goal is to eventually main event a WrestleMania. So the Big Cass situation is not that big of a deal to me. If you support Donald Trump, by all means, God bless you. I don't care either way. I don't really give a shit about Donald Trump. I don't give a fuck who the president is. It's not going to stop me. Whoever's in office is nothing but a puppet anyway. They don't really run the country, you fucking goons. He's nothing but a figurehead, okay? People behind him run the show. But if you're a Trump supporter, by all means, have a blast, right? If you're a Hillary supporter, by all means, have a blast. The Rock is going to be the new president in 2020. You think fucking Dwayne Johnson's going to lose out to Donald Trump? Everybody's going to see pretty boy, smiley Dwayne Johnson up there at the podium. Oh, you got my vote. Dwayne Johnson's going to be the president of the United States. Imagine that. We go from Donald Trump, a reality star, to a former WWE champion. Are you fucking serious? I mean, is the U.S. presidential election spawning off WWE Hall of Famers? I mean, I don't understand this. But whatever the case may be, keep your politics and your political beliefs and your feelings to yourself, please. It's the best thing that you could do. You don't want to get into any hot water with anybody, okay? Speaking of in hot water, Paige continues to spew bullshit about Alberto El Patron, this scumbag. Yeah, continue to drink that Patron, Alberto El Patron. There's a reason why you're an asshole. Lay off the alcohol, you fucking drunk. Go get some help. Seriously. And Paige, honey, listen, you're a 24-year-old woman, 25-year-old woman. Don't you know, can't you decipher what is right and what is wrong in your life? Clearly, this guy is what is wrong in your life. You want a career in wrestling? You want a career with the biggest company in your profession? Then you go wrestle for them if you are healthy. What are you doing? You're letting this guy run your life? You're letting this guy fucking hold you back? Like intentionally trying to get you fired by calling Triple H the man with the big nose and calling out the Usos and calling everybody pussies over in Stamford. Meanwhile, you're on camera with this guy as he says all this shit. You like to be around that? I don't know if you can think for yourself, but there's got to be somewhere up here where you got to realize that that is wrong. This is not right for my career. You're allowing this guy to dictate what you do and where you go? You're going to allow him to tell you where you should wrestle? Yeah, because we all want to wrestle for fucking Global Force Wrestling. Give me a fucking break. You barely even scratched the fucking surface of anybody's ass in WWE. Get back there, kick ass, and fucking make a name for yourself. Start winning some titles. Go headline a WrestleMania. Give me a break. Go be an influence to all the fucking little girls out there watching the WWE now that are aspiring to be a professional wrestler. That are looking up to women like Bayley and Charlotte and Sasha and Alexa Bliss. Give me a break here, man. Think for yourself. Get yourself back on track. And the only way you can do that is if you get rid of this fucking asshole. Enough defending this guy. This guy clearly is not right in the head. He's not right for you. He's not even right for himself. It's not right. And this is the guy they gifted the Global Force Wrestling Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, some model employee this guy is. Over the weekend, I went on a huge rant about this. You guys want to go look at it? Off the script extra about the entire thing, man. ripped into Del Rio like you wouldn't believe. But Paige isn't innocent either. She can think for herself. She's a woman. She's a grown woman. At some point, she's got to realize what's right and what's wrong. Can't be holding her hand through this entire thing. Hopefully, she comes to an understanding that this guy's wrong. This guy's not right for her. There was a huge ordeal that took place in an airport between Alberto Del Rio and Paige. Originally, it was a case of witnesses saying that Del Rio was abusing Paige, and Paige said that they were attacked by a random woman. However, after an audio tape that was released by TMZ, if you guys want to go listen to it, it's on TMZ Sports on YouTube. Go find it. I'm not going to play it here. Paige has gone public on Twitter about everything. So now she's gone public about what really happened. The original explanation of Del Rio and Paige's fight was in her original Twitter post. This was her first story. And they attacked, or she attacked, the woman who revealed the truth to the public. In her original explanation what happened at the airport, Paige said that she had gotten bad news on a phone call and she was crying. And the woman tried to take a picture of her at this time, and then Del Rio tried to defend her. The woman threw a drink in his face, which was a beer, and the police were called on that woman. Now, Paige admitted that she lied about the woman and that the woman was innocent of attacking anyone. However, Paige was also belligerent towards the woman, calling her a horrible, disgusting human being of a lady. Paige gives her side of the story now, this week, in a completely different story, which is garbage, bullshit. You can just see she's lying through the fucking skin of her ass to defend this guy. In a new explanation, Paige says that she got a phone call that depressed her. Alberto tried to talk to her. Paige explained that the phone call was about her sick uncle who was in a bad way. That ties into the post that Paige made on Twitter 2 days ago about her Uncle Stanley. So it was a family member, and now it was revealed that it was her Uncle Stanley. However, when Alberto Del Rio tried to talk to Paige about the situation, she got angry because she is a little sensitive. She said the two of them began arguing about something small, and then she tried to leave, but he wanted to stop her. Paige said the two made comments to each other that were not nice, and then when she finally came to her senses, she threw the drink in his face, not the other woman at the airport. Paige said then Del Rio did not want her to reveal the true story about what happened because he did not want people to know that she was the one who made the aggressive move. Paige said the police were called, but she was the one held on battery, not Alberto. She then went on a rant to rip the woman who made the audio tape and released it, with Paige and Del Rio fighting in the airport, and then reported talk about cocaine use and Paige begging Alberto to let her go after ruining her life. By the end of the statement, Paige asks for privacy, but she knows it won't happen. The new Twitter explanation comes immediately after Global Force Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, Jeff Jarrett announced Alberto Del Rio was suspended until investigation into domestic abuse, until that all has been completed. If you listen to the audio tapes, you know that Paige is fucking lying through her fucking ass. The way she was yelling at her, and the fact that cocaine was mentioned on Del Rio's behalf. She has it. Go look in her bag. She has all the cocaine, right? But she's making this seem like, the woman tried to film us and take pictures of us, and, the woman leaked the audio to TMZ, and I was the one who was detained on battery, not Alberto, and blah, 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 blah. All bullshit. It is all bullshit. You know why it's all bullshit? Because two of her brothers, I don't know how many brothers she has, but two brothers of hers came out and said that Del Rio is going to ruin her life. Del Rio is going to end up killing our sister. So how is she defending this man if her family, her blood, has come out on Facebook and said Del Rio is not right for Paige. Del Rio is not right for our sister. We want her safety, and with Del Rio in the picture, she is not safe. Something bad is going to happen. We haven't heard from her mother. We haven't heard from her father, which the brother said that the father was going to chime in and give his opinion on all this. God knows what the fuck he's thinking about all this. Paige is lying through her teeth. This is bullshit. She's lying. No way you listen to that audio tape and then listen to this story from Paige and realize, yeah, it's nothing. The audio tape reveals all. The audio tape was a lot more aggressive than Paige is making it out to be. I think one thing is clear here. Paige needs to get away from this guy, but I don't know what it is. Some of you guys are talking about it's some type of syndrome where a battered woman continually defends her abuser for whatever reason because she's afraid because she's afraid of what might actually happen if she says, you know what, I had enough of this shit. I'm going to reveal the truth. I'm going to come clean about everything. I'm going to fuck you over. It's fear that Del Rio is putting on her because she constantly just defends this guy over and over and over again. This is not the first time. It's not going to be the last time. You know? We don't know if he really hit her. That's why Global Force is doing this investigation. But if he did hit her, fuck him. No assault on a woman, ever. Should ever be done. I don't give a fuck what's going on. You do not hit a female. She's 24, he's 38. Tell you right then and there, that age difference is fucking not going anywhere. You ain't going anywhere with that shit. Fuck that. Paige needs to worry about her career. Del Rio needs to worry about his fucking career and whatever with his marriage. You know? His marriage was fucking ruined. I could see why. He's got kids, doesn't he? What a model father. What a model fucking human being he is to his children. After what we're seeing with this. He loves being in the media. He loves being in the tabloids. He loves being all over TMZ. Like a fucking embarrassment with his new fiance. Treating her like shit. Right? Fights everywhere. Making a fucking embarrassment of his career. Yeah, his kids must be fucking really looking up to him. Give me a break, man. Paige needs to get away from this guy. Absolutely get away from this guy. And go back to Hunter. Go back to Vince McMahon. Apologize. They'll welcome her back with open arms. They'll keep her safe. There's a reason why they wanted to split these two up. There's a reason why they wanted to separate them. Remember when they got split from the draft? There's a reason for everything. So no, somebody knew something. Somebody knew that Del Rio, Patron, was not right for Paige. Not right. She needs to go back to Triple H and Vince and apologize. Get her life back on track. Get her career back on track. And worry about doing what she has to do and fulfill her contract with WWE. Leave this guy to fucking rot in Global Force Wrestling. Let him go about his career. Nobody wants him. Nobody cares about him. He's a fucking embarrassment. People have a different mindset about Del Rio now than they did 2 years ago when he was one of the most heralded free agents. 3 years ago when he was one of the most heralded free agents in all of wrestling. He was doing shit, having great matches with fucking Lucha Underground. Recently had a great match with What Culture Pro Wrestling earlier in the year. Jim Ross was calling it one of the best matches he's seen with Kurt Angle. You know? Guy's got all the talent in the fucking world. He's throwing it away. Because he's a fucking asshole. Paige has got to get away from him completely. Completely. No other way around it. And I said more than what I said here on Off the Script Extra. If you guys want my full fucking opinion about it, go back and watch the video. It'll be linked in the annotation that you see on the screen within this video. Couple more stories here before we bid this episode 178, part number 1, goodbye. UFC's Cyborg. Does she know Charlotte Flair? Can you imagine that showdown? You know? Can you imagine Charlotte Flair walking up to Cyborg? Hello, Cyborg! My name is the Queen of SmackDown Live! UFC sucks! WWE is where I am the queen! What a showdown that'll be, huh? Anyway. UFC Cyborg threatens Becky Lynch. Says, don't let her anywhere near me. Don't know what they were talking about or what this has to do with, but pretty sure it's over a love interest. That's what I'm assuming. When you're in the world of MMA or pro wrestling, there's always going to be a fair amount of trash talking. I do it all the time. It's great. It's fun. I trash talk Sean's View all the time. It's a blast. Some of it is actually all in good fun, but other times it can get quite serious. Becky Lynch is currently dating UFC fighter Luke Sanders. Lucky man. So there is a lot of crossover in her life. Although her professional life is in the ring and a lot of her personal life comes from the octagon. Whether or not this is a serious threat or not remains to be seen. But the Ultimate Fighting Championships Cyborg, recently threw out quite an ominous message in the direction of one SmackDown Live's leading ladies, Becky Lynch. Cyborg recently tweeted at the man with the big nose, according to El Patron, the man with 3 H's, Triple H, telling him to not let Becky Lynch near her. She also commented on how Ireland can't handle another star losing this summer. Ooh. Throwing shade at McGregor for no reason, but he is going to lose. Because fucking Mayweather's going to hug himself to a fucking victory. Fucking bum. Becky Lynch commented back in expert fashion how Cyborg needs to be sure Dana White would let her near her. It doesn't seem like he lets her do much anymore. So, Cyborg tweets at Triple H, if you are smart at Triple H, you don't let Becky Lynch anywhere near the ring with me. Island can't handle another star losing this summer. So then, Becky's like, are you sure Dana would let you, seeing as he doesn't let you do much of anything else? How was that? You really can't tell with these fucking tweets anymore, man. Words are words. I don't see why Cyborg would just come out of nowhere, out of left field, and just start tweeting at Becky Lynch unless something really happened. Maybe she had a crush on Luke Sanders. Maybe Cyborg dated Luke Sanders. I don't fucking know. I don't know. And maybe Cyborg is salty over the fact that Becky Lynch, the much more attractive female, is dating Luke Sanders. I don't know. I really don't know, man. What is this fucking, what is this, drama alert? Jesus Christ. Who gives a shit? Worry about your profession and let Becky Lynch worry about her wrestling career. Who gives a shit? Fucking unreal, man. Unbelievable. Finally, huge update on Samoa Joe's push after match with Brock Lesnar at Great Balls of Fire. We're going to end with this one. It's been reported that Brock Lesnar was extremely happy with the match that he had with Joe on Sunday. Only good news there. Brock liked that he was physically challenged by him and ultimately made him look even stronger for defeating an opponent with Joe's experience and brutality in the ring. Since Lesnar likes working with Joe, it's very likely that their feud will continue heading into SummerSlam, but could include some other major players. There's a lot of speculation that the WWE Universal title match at SummerSlam will be a fatal four-way with Lesnar defending the title against Joe, Strowman, and Roman Reigns. If that's the case, it's likely going to be set up during next week's edition of Raw. Samoa Joe will likely be involved in the Universal title match at SummerSlam, where he should be. Goons. However, does Joe have a real chance of walking out of Brooklyn with the title? Yes, and I will explain that right now. According to a new report, WWE officials are serious about Lesnar dropping the title next month at SummerSlam. The powers that be want the championship back on Raw every week, and the favorite to win the title is Roman Reigns. However, Joe is currently the hottest one in the match, and WWE officials could make the decision to give him the title now and let him have a long title reign until the Royal Rumble. On paper, WWE officials still want to do Lesnar vs. Reigns at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans. A Universal title reign for Samoa Joe will likely last until the Royal Rumble. A match between Joe and Lesnar would then take place at the Rumble, with Brock regaining the championship, which he would lead then to Roman Reigns, and Roman Reigns getting the championship at WrestleMania. With that plan, WWE officials wouldn't have to sacrifice Joe's momentum. Makes sense to me. Makes sense to me. I wouldn't mind that whatsoever. But then what do you do with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania? WWE Universe knew it was only a matter of time before Samoa Joe made a huge impact on Raw. He is well too experienced and talented to be stuck in the mid-card. The fact is that he may have just earned himself a huge push heading into SummerSlam. Next week's edition of Raw will be pivotal to show what WWE officials have planned for the Universal title. After next week, Samoa Joe's future in WWE should be clear. Yeah, because Braun Strowman's going to make it a no contest. You think Braun Strowman's going to go quietly as Kurt Angle's making a number one contenders match between Joe and Reigns, when Reigns is a loser in an ambulance match against Braun Strowman, and that Roman Reigns took the cowardly way out to pretty much exile him from all SummerSlam plans? No, Braun Strowman ain't gonna let that happen, motherfucker. Braun Strowman's gonna show up on Monday Night Raw. He's gonna make a no contest. He's gonna fucking beat the shit out of Reigns and Samoa Joe. And he's gonna say, listen, I'm here. This is my title shot. So Fatal 4-Way is gonna be nothing but an inevitability. But what I would do, honestly, what I would do is Reigns doesn't need the title. Roman Reigns doesn't need the title. I want everyone to get it out of their head that Roman Reigns doesn't need a title. They want to put a title on him for the wrong reasons. It's time for other people to take the ball, which they have, a.k.a. Samoa Joe, and run with it. Joe wins the title. You want to drop the title to Brock Lesnar back at Royal Rumble? Fine. Fine. Then Braun Strowman should be in line for a title. Braun Strowman versus Brock Lesnar should be the match at WrestleMania. Not Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. Nobody wants to see that. You're just delaying the inevitability. You're taking a detour away from the inevitability. Instead of doing the fucking match at WrestleMania and having Lesnar hold the title to WrestleMania, you're going to flip-flop it from Joe back to Lesnar, and it's only going to go right back to Reigns anyway. You're doing the original plans, but you're taking a fucking huge detour on the way there. So why bother doing that? You have to get rid of Reigns from these plans altogether. You got to get rid of these plans altogether. What about this? What about this? What if we do Lesnar not in the Universal Championship title picture? How about that? Okay? Because if he loses it at SummerSlam, you know, he would invoke his rematch clause immediately. Now, I don't know if it's true or not, but I believe Lesnar is actually promoted for No Mercy or one of those B-level pay-per-views. I'm not really sure if that is going to be, you know, still on. I don't know if those are still in the plans. But if he's not, he should invoke his rematch clause almost immediately. If he's going to wait till January to invoke his rematch clause, by that time, I don't think people are even going to give a shit. So have Joe hold the title to Royal Rumble. Have him lose the title to, I say, Roman at the Royal Rumble. Have Roman win the title at the Royal Rumble. Have Roman go into WrestleMania with the title. And you could either do John Cena versus Roman Reigns, or you could do a Finn Balor versus Roman Reigns. Because we're all forgetting about Finn Balor. Finn Balor's deserving of a title shot. He's never got his one-on-one match. Instead of doing this Lesnar-Reigns fucking bullshit, you know? Save Lesnar for Strowman at WrestleMania. Lesnar versus Strowman should be your plan for WrestleMania, not Lesnar versus Roman. Strowman and Lesnar at WrestleMania, that's what you need to book towards. I would rather see Roman against anybody else but Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania at this point. You could do Brock Lesnar versus Strowman for sure. I would love to see that. You could do Roman versus Finn. You could do Roman versus Cena. You know, I would take those two matches over Brock Lesnar any day of the week because we know it is nothing but an inevitability. Lesnar is an inevitability. It's an inevitable L for Brock Lesnar there. So do the Strowman match. And then if he re-ups his contract, then we can start booking plans for Brock Lesnar going on into the rest of 2018. You know? But then where does that leave Samoa Joe? Where does that leave Samoa Joe? He would most certainly have to move on to a different opponent for WrestleMania. But you know, we're thinking too far ahead here. All we know is that Joe belongs in the main event of SummerSlam. Joe should win the main event if it is a Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam because it would take the load off of everybody else. Lesnar doesn't have to be pin cleaned. Roman doesn't have to be pin clean. You can pin Strowman if you want. You know, you could do anything. You don't have to pin your top two guys. Strowman can come back because he is, and you can play off the fact that he's got nagging injuries. The injury, I mean, he was in a fucking ambulance accident, for Christ's sake. So the fact that he takes a fucking pinfall at SummerSlam ain't gonna do shit. I mean, the guy's fucking pretty much walking barely around. He's barely getting anywhere. He ain't gonna be 100% after that fucking shit. No, there's no way you can believe he's 100% after that. He wants a title shot, put him in the fucking match. You're gonna say no to Braun Strowman? So you can save Lesnar from being pinned. You can save Roman from being pinned. You can have Samoa Joe pin Braun Strowman. And have the injuries be a factor in that. So you could save that, meanwhile making Joe look strong. But all I know is that Joe needs to win the title at SummerSlam. And then you can go on to the Royal Rumble, and if you want to drop the title to a Roman, fine. Drop the title to a Roman. That would be fine. Instead of it, Lesnar doesn't need the title anymore. Fuck, you know, enough of this Lesnar holding the championship, more prestigious bullshit. No. Is the title more prestigious that Lesnar's holding it? Yeah. But what has he done with it? Nothing. He's done nothing with it. It's about time the title is on Raw. You know, there's other men besides Brock Lesnar who are as legit as Brock Lesnar. You got Joe and you got Strowman. You know? We didn't have that back when he won the WWE Championship from John Cena. We didn't have that back then. Now we have that. So Lesnar really isn't needed in that role. We got someone who is full-time and legit that can make that title mean something in Joe or Strowman. Lesnar is great, but he doesn't need the title anymore. You don't need to put him in that role anymore when you have two others who are ready and willing to take that spot now. Put Lesnar in dream matches, put him in legit matches, put him in matches that we want to see that we really didn't even think about, you know, having them happen, like a Strowman. You know, do the Balor match if you want, whatever. But anything but Lesnar and Reigns. Joe wins the title at SummerSlam, holding it to the Royal Rumble. Start making plans for whatever you want at the Royal Rumble going into WrestleMania, as long as it doesn't include Roman and Brock Lesnar. That's my idea. You know? Anybody. Cena, Balor, whatever. Whatever. As long as it's not Brock Lesnar. Joe, in my opinion, is going to win the Universal Championship at SummerSlam, and he's going to hold the title for a very, very long time. That's my opinion on that. Thank you guys so very much. That is Off the Script. Hope you enjoyed the video. I did a lot of cut editing because, you know, number one, my throat's hurting, and number two, I have a headache, so, you know, I couldn't really sit here like I usually do. I usually sit here for the entire hour and a half and just go boom, 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 run right through it. So I did a lot of cut editing. Each story got its own cut edit. So if you guys seen that there was a little editing in the video, that was the reason. I've had a headache all day long, so I just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. Not usually how I do things, but today I did things a little bit differently. So if you like that, I could keep it. If not, I'll just go back to the regular way that I do it. But if you enjoy the video, hit that thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Barbershopwindow.com/offthescript, code JD17. Audibletrial.com/offthescript. Capbeast.com with the code JD10. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. And I will be back with more Off the Script tomorrow on Saturday. We got news stories on, what do I got here? Kurt Angle's secret. What could it lead to? Will it lead to a SummerSlam match? I got news on Dixie Carter. I got news on the Hardys. I got news on the Mae Young Classic. I got news on Shelton Benjamin. I got more news on Alexa Bliss and Sasha Banks. I got news on... what else is there, man? So much news this weekend. There's just so much I can't even fucking think about it right now. But I got a lot of news coming for Off the Script Parts 2 and 3 this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, man. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I will see you right back here on Saturday morning for more Off the Script. Until then, I am JD, and I will see you guys on Saturday morning.